Good day everyone, I am Miss Lara Fulgar, your demo teacher for today. So first, let's have an energizer. So yung energizer natin ngayon is jumble words. Raise your hand if you want to answer. So let's start. Okay, first one, who wants to answer? Yes, Mr. Aquino. Internal nga ba? Let's check. Wow, tama. Next is, okay, Miss Navales. Swim bladder nga ba? Check natin. Wow, perfect. Tama ka, Bex. Okay, last. Mr. Tawi. Kidney nga ba? Tingnan natin. Yay! Tama ka. Okay. At yan nagtatapos ang ating energizer. So, here's the learning objectives. First is to identify the names and locations of internal parts of a fish. Next is explain the functions of each internal parts and how they contribute to the fish movement, stability, and survival. And last is to analyze how the internal parts of the fish adapt to its environment or behavior. For our discussion for today, we're going to identify the internal parts of the fish and its function. So let's start with our discussion. So the first one is the spine. The spine serves as framework of the fish. The fish anatomy as a whole is built upon the spine. The spine also connects to the tail of the fish at the rear and the skull of the fish at the front. There are numerous hollow vertebrae that helps to house and protect the spine of the fish. Next is the spinal cord. The spinal cord of the fish is connected to the brain of the fish, as well as to the rest of the fish body. It carries sensory information from the body to the brain, and also relays instructions from the brain to the rest of the body. Next is the brain. It is in the brain that sensory information is processed. This is the center of control in a fish. In the brain, automatic functions such as respiration as well as other behaviors are controlled. Next is the swim or air bladder is a hollow organ which the fish uses to conserve energy. The swim bladder functions much like a human lung. The fish draws oxygen into the bladder that has been drawn from the water by way of the fish gills. The more oxygen the sac holds, the more buoyant the fish becomes. Conversely, when the bladder releases oxygen, the fish becomes less buoyant, which allows it to sink to deeper water. The fish can use the swim bladder to suspend itself in the water, thus saving energy. Because of atmospheric pressure difference between the water surface and deep water, fish which were caught from deep waters will need to have some air release from their body before they can return to the deep water. Next is the kidney. The kidney is a part of the fish anatomy that aids a fish in discharging waste from the body. Waste materials in the blood are filtered by the kidney and then removed from the body. The kidneys also help to regulate the concentration of water and salt in the body of the fish. Next is the stomach and intestines. The stomach and intestines of a fish play an important part in the fish survival. They help to break down ingested food and to absorb the nutrients. Some fish have short intestines because the food they take is easy to digest. Other fish, such as the herbivores, have longer intestines that help them break down the food they eat. Next is the pyloric caecum. The pyloric caecum is situated at the junction of the intestine and stomach. It has finger-like projections. Although the function of this organ is not completely understood, the organ has been known to secrete enzymes that help in digestion. Next is the liver. The liver is another important organ with various functions. The liver supports digestion by means of secreted enzymes which break down fats. It also helps to store carbohydrates and fats in the body of the fish. The old blood cells are destroyed by the liver to maintain the blood chemistry of the fish and the liver. And the liver also helps in the excretion of nitrogen or waste. Next is the muscles. The muscles of the fish help the fish to move in the water. The fillet of the fish, which is generally the part of the fish that is eaten, is comprised primarily of muscle. Anyone who has ever caught a fish and had it flip out of your hand has experienced how powerful a fish muscles can be. Next is the heart. The heart of the fish helps in blood circulation. Through the blood, various cells and organs of the fish receive digested nutrients and oxygen. Waste products are also transported by the blood to organs, such as the kidney and liver for removal. This function is made possible by the heart. And the last one is the gonads. The gonads are the reproductive organs of the fish. They produce sex cells in the fish. The female fish produce eggs by means of paired ovaries while male fish produce sperm by means of paired testes. The gonads of the fish are located in the same general location. The eggs of some fish are considered a delicacy in certain parts of the world. That's all. Thank you. For the assignment, answer this on a 1/2 crosswise yellow paper.